Focus also being on the ANC's policy conference, which comes to an end today. Now, they've wrapped up that conference at Newzroom near Soweto after 2.5 days of intense discussions by members behind closed doors. Some of what was discussed has been revealed in various briefings. This is held by those that were heading the various committees. Our reporter Mbali Thethani has been monitoring the conference. Mbali, I suppose today is the last day, this moment in fact, signaling what is the end of the conference. Given what was expected ahead of it, one could say that it's gone off fairly smoothly.
That's certainly right, Kathy. Of course, the proceedings here at the ANC's 6th Policy Conference have wrapped up, and we saw that closing address being conducted by ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa. And as expected, the Policy Conference did, of course, wrap up quite smoothly. And, of course, there had indeed a number of fruitful discussions, even speaking to the number of delegates who attended this conference, with the sentiment being really that the ANC doesn't need new policies, but it basically needs to refine the current policies it has. And of course, hearing and listening to the address by President Cyril Ramaphosa just a short while ago, Kathy, we've heard him speaking about the continued challenges that continue to face the people of this country. And of course, saying that when the ANC looks into these policies, they need to address the challenges of the people of this country quite urgently. Let's take a listen to what he had to say to the main plenary.
The challenges include the burden of unemployment, poverty, crime, gender-based violence and femicide, corruption, social cohesion, racism, the energy crisis, and the rising costs of living. These are but some of the challenges that are urgent that our nation faces. Delegates recognize that these many challenges will not be resolved unless we intensify the genuine renewal of the African National Congress and the building of a capable, ethical, and developmental state.
Well, Kathy, also just coming out quite strongly from this conference, it is indeed the sentiments coming out from President Cyril Ramaphosa and some of the delegates also attending this conference. You'd remember that a step-aside resolution from the 54th conference of the ANC was quite a hot topic going into this conference. And of course, it has indeed affirmed that it will indeed strengthen and take this decision to the 55th conference of the ANC, which is expected to be held in December this year, and also coming out saying that the step-aside policy is indeed here to stay, but at the same time saying that while it does say that the step-aside resolution needs to stay, they say that this is because the ANC is indeed looking at renewing itself. Let's take a listen to what he had to say when it comes to the ANC's renewal, Kathy.
This conference has demonstrated more clearly that more than ever before, our common commitment to rid our organization of factionalism, patronage and corruption, and to renew and to rebuild our organization is quite an urgent mission. It has made an unequivocal statement that we must fulfill the promise that we have made to our people to place their interests and their well-being first amongst all things that we do.
Mbali, when we look at the review of the ANC's policies that has taken place over this weekend, there was also a level of dissatisfaction voiced about the fact that there were some resolutions that the ANC has seen very little progress with, at least since the last time delegates met in this fashion. Any clear picture of how they're going to ensure that at least they're able to do what they set out to do?
That's certainly right, Kathy. And of course, this continues to be pointed out to a number of my colleagues and even myself here when it comes to these policies, because these policies are not new. And even the ANC itself is saying that they don't really need new policies. They need to rebuild the ones that they have and, of course, refine them in terms of delivering its services to the people. I mean, the issue around local government also continues to come out. Service delivery. I mean, these challenges they really know about, Kathy. Also, the issue around unemployment continues to be a challenge for this country. Also, blaming the progress of some of these resolutions to the likes of COVID-19, especially when it comes to addressing the issues around unemployment. But Kathy, you would know that this was just a conference of ideas. So, once more, these policies that the ANC has had for now a couple of years will now be indeed taken back to its conference much later this year to see indeed what decisions will be taken by this party, especially if they're looking at coming back into government in 2024.
Mbali Thethani, let's leave it there for tonight.